Is it the giving of money?
Or the taking of money?
Or taking of money. That is an infinitesimal aspect of corruption. What about nepotism? What about favoritism? What about patronage? What about clanism? For instance, now, I've seen your people. A policeman arrests TV3 car. They call me. Oh, Commander, we've been arrested though. Why? Oh, we don't have insurance, we don't have road royalty. I said, let me talk to the boy. Oh, Papa, oh, they are my people, leave them. Is that not corruption? People going from maybe CDD, you know somebody, you want your son to be recruited. You go and see somebody because you are a professor. They say, oh, Prof, bring him. He's recruited. Without going through the merits, without going through sun in the sun, he's recruited. And so many other things. So what kind of methodology? What was their point of reference? And that's my problem. And between me and you, if now we go and interview people at the harbor alone, they will have who is more corrupt there.
Exactly.
When we go and interview teachers or people who want to be admitted, JSS, you know who is more corrupt. But you know, police, among all the works, police, we are the interface between the law and the public. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And they see us more. Policemen are always on the road. And even the police corruption they're talking about is only on the roads. The MTU, which we have accepted that is bad. Mm-hmm. But who gives them the money? Quite apart from that, traditionally, culturally, our system endorses corruption. Look at all our proverbs. Look at all our proverbs. Look at all our proverbs. On searching your dahon atafre. On searching your dahon atafre. On searching your dahon atafre. Any boy kutrim. On searching your da. On searching your da. This one sayum. Any boy kutrim. Any boy kutrim. Any boy kutrim. On searching your dahon atafre. Any boy kutrim. On searching your dahon atafre. Any boy kutrim. On searching your da. On searching your da. This one sayum. Dia batabu ani tuekana. Esene katema boko. No one association on them. Obi prabia kokotokwa enyana bro. Are these not corrupt proverbs? On searching your dahon atafre. Any boy kutrim. On searching your da. On searching your da. This one sayum. Dia batabu ani tuekana. Dia batabu ani tuekana. Dia batabu ani tuekana. On searching your dahon atafre. Any boy kutrim. Dia batabu ani tuekana. On searching your dahon atafre. Any boy kutrim. Dia batabu ani tuekana. Esene katema boko. No one association on them. Obi prabia kokotokwa enyana bro. Are these not corrupt proverbs? Therefore, we have to look at our own culture.
This is 3FM.
Saying that police is corrupt is so easy. Go to contest. Is it the giving of?
Well, you heard the voice of the wonderful Kofi Boakye. In fact, a policeman who made sure that things happened in Ghana. Yes, in the days of the cocaine saga, his name was smeared. But he was able to relieve excellence in policing. Kofi Boakye was my mate at TIM and secondary school. In fact, my schoolmate. He finished long before I entered. I know him quite well. In Kumasi, he made sure that the police acted like a burning stove. Whether you were poor or rich, mad or sane, when you touched it, it burnt you. This one that you heard came from TV3. As interviewed by my father and senior colleague, Kwesi Pratt, who celebrated his 70th anniversary. Still on the same issue. Listen to this.
The law is law. I have people coming to me, a lot of people. Oh, Kofi, this one there, you people have to say, gum kakra. And I'm saying, how can you compromise on the law? This is not selling tomatoes where you say, oh, reduce it to 5 cedis or. Yeah, I cannot do that. My work is to present the facts as I see it to the judiciary. Why do people say that they are going to form Free Kwankwaso group and all those? Is he a political prisoner? And that was a grievous mistake. And it will not inure to the benefit of the accused. Well, why him, but not the others? Is it because he's a musician? In Kumasi, in Ashanti region, nobody will be discriminated against. And the police here is acting like a hostel. When a hostel is plugged and you are a rich man, you touch it, it will bear you. You are a laborer, it will bear. But nobody went to Kwankwaso's room acting like a hostel. When a hostel is plugged and the police here is acting like a hostel. In Kumasi, in Ashanti region, nobody will be discriminated against. And the police here is acting like a hostel. Well, why him, but not the others? Is it because he's a musician? In Kumasi, in Ashanti region, nobody will be discriminated against. And the police here is acting like a hostel. And the police here is acting like a hostel. And the police here is acting like a hostel. When a hostel is plugged and you are a rich man, you touch it, it will bear you. You are a laborer, it will bear. But nobody went to Kwankwaso's room to smell his mouth and search him to arrest him. He was smoking openly. 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 20 meters from a police barrier. And if police have not arrested him, what do you think will happen to the confidence and trust that the people have for police? And what do you think will happen to other people who have been arrested based on even something that is not even up to this level? So Kwankwaso's case is not merely smoking. That's why we had smoking in public. The act of impunity, act of impunity, act of impunity, act of impunity, act of impunity. He was smoking openly. He was smoking openly. Act of impunity, act of impunity, act of impunity. And I'm saying, how can you compromise on the law? Act of impunity. And the police here is acting like a hostel. And the police here is acting like a hostel. When a hostel is plugged and you are a rich man, you touch it, it will bear you. You are a laborer, it will bear. But nobody went to Kwankwaso's room to smell his mouth and search him to arrest him. He was smoking openly. He was smoking openly. He was smoking openly. He was smoking openly. 20 meters from a police barrier. He was smoking openly. Act of impunity.
Act of impunity indeed. And Kofi Boakye is here. He says some of our proverbs are very corrupt. That it takes two to be corrupt. It takes two to tango. Who gives the police the bribe? Please, if the people stop giving, there will not be a police taker. It's time for the nation to stand firm and be able to look at the nation first. If we look at the nation first, then every other thing will be second. And we will treat our nation better and not as a stepchild or a red herring. My name Black Rasta, and it's been the almighty tape of the day. And I want to say thank you so much for coming along. I do appreciate you and I do love you. Time now to get into the segment known as the Shaka Box, where we bring you the latest in reggae, dancehall, and African music. Now, are you aware today is the birthday of a great